Good afternoon, Reverend Father Principal Dr. L. Joji Reddy, members of the Managerial Committee, all the esteemed participants, and my dear staff. Well said by Adams, learning is not attained by chance. It must be sought for with ardor and attended to with diligence. John Quincy Adams once said, if your actions inspire to others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. With this, I extend a warm welcome to all the participants to the Day 4 session of the International 5-Day Faculty Development Program on Innovative Research Techniques. Our resource person for the first session of today is Dr. K. Kavita. Kavita ma'am is an Associate Professor, Department of Mathematics, BVIRT, Engineering College for Women, Hyderabad. I request Dr. Vijay Lakshmi ma'am to please introduce Dr. Kavita ma'am to the participants by reading her profile. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, one and all. I welcome all to this International Faculty Development Program, Innovative Research Techniques. Fourth day, one more day is there. I hope you are all getting benefit out of this seminar. It is my privilege to introduce today's speaker, Dr. K. Kavita ma'am, who is a PhD from SV University in the year 2013. She completed her MTech in the year 2010, MSc Mathematics from SK University, and she also has a diploma in Information Systems and Management. Right from the beginning, she is a very good student of mathematics and got distinctions in MTech, PhD, and MSc. She is having vast experience of teaching experience of 18 years. And she is associate professor. Currently, she is working as associate professor at BVRIT Hyderabad College of BVRIT College of Engineering for Women, and associate professor in the Humanities and Science Department, MLRIT Hyderabad, professor in Humanities and Science Department, Tirumala Engineering College, and associate professor in the Science and Humanities Department at Sagar Institute of Technology, and associate professor at Krishnamurti Institute of Technology and Engineering, assistant professor at Annamacharya Institute of Technology and Sciences, and she is also faculty member in ICFI University. And her interested research areas are mathematical modeling on non-Newtonian fluid flow, mass and heat transfer, fluid mechanics and energy, blood flow in arterial stenos and peristaltic flows, theology, and deeply interested in spiritual traditions, knowledge and philosophy, educational dynamics, and STEM evaluation. She attended more than 32 workshops and seminars organized by various institutions, and she is resource person for many national and international forums. She authored 3 books. She published a book with the title Some Studies on MHD Non-Newtonian Flows with Heat Transfer, published by Lambert Academic Publishing, and Fundamental Engineering Mathematics, published by AIB Saliha Publications, and Fundamental Engineering Mathematics 2 by same publications. To her credit, she published 7 research journals in refereed journals and 6 international journals. And she also published her papers in 11 papers in proceedings of international conferences and symposiums. And national conferences, she presented many papers. And she is invited, she also chaired a session in the international conference named Education, Management and Technology, and invited speaker in innovations and sustainable development in science, management and technology. And she delivered a lecture on applications of mathematics in engineering at St. Eugene University, Zambia. And she delivered a lecture on Laplace transforms applications at St. Eugene University, Zambia, and delivered a lecture on statistics optimization techniques for MSc biology students and MTech biotechnology students. And to her credit, she published 3 patents. First patent is a novel nano silver hand rub sanitizer gel. Second patent is design of eye health using NFC tag for monitoring, strong and accessing patient health information in single tap. And third patent is Arogya Odisha mobile app based empowering telemedicine. Madam, congratulations, madam. You have 3 patents. And she received Outstanding Faculty Award in Mathematics. And she received Academic Leadership Award from IARDO, that is International Association of Research and Development Organization, and also reviewer for international and national journals. She is also editorial board member for International Journal of Arts, Humanities and Social Sciences and International Journal of Excellence, Innovation and Development, and International Organization of Scientific Research Development. And she is editor board for Knowledge Publications and MAT Journals, Journal of Statistics and Mathematical Engineering. Madam, we are very lucky to have you for this international FDP, ma'am. And she also she enlightened our students to write projects as a part of their curriculum. And also she gave a lecture in the national seminar on applications of mathematical modeling and a comprehensive approach. Thank you, madam. Thank you for helping us whenever we need. And we welcome you for this international FDP. And take your session, madam. You can do your presentation. Thank you once again, madam, for accepting our invitation. Even though it is on Sunday, you accepted to give a talk. We are very lucky to have you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vijayalakshmi ma'am. Dr. Kavita ma'am, please take over the session.
Yes.
Kavita ma'am.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
1 minute, ma'am. Good afternoon, Vijayalakshmi ma'am, and good afternoon to everyone. Yeah, thank you for nice introduction, ma'am, Sultana ma'am, Shakira, Sultana ma'am, and it's my privilege, ma'am. Every time you are giving that very great opportunity to collaborate with your Loyola Academy, and I feel very comfortable with you and with the management also. And with this, can I proceed that my talk, ma'am, now?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Please take over the session.
Please take over the session, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So my PPT is visible, I think. So, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. PPT is visible. Please
Yeah.
make it on the full screen
Yeah,
mode,
yeah,
ma'am.
yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'm audible, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Very clear. Please continue.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, I really very good, lucky to have this Loyola Academy, because this is not a first talk with these people and faculty as well as the students. And this time I very congratulate to everyone, Loyola Academy management, and especially the Vijay Lakshmi ma'am and the team, because you conducted that this is the international FDP ma'am, and your faculty are very fortunate, because they are collaborating with that international people also. I hope that they are going to enlighten whatever you are conducting, that these seminars or talks or research or whatever it may be. It's a very good opportunity to learn everything, ma'am, because I'm saying the first day onwards up to this, you have given, you are worried about that the faculty and the students, everything. It's a great opportunity to the faculty, ma'am. This is my personal opinion to tell about before starting my talk, because nowadays this is not seen in all the educational institutions. So all the faculty are very happy with your under your guidance, ma'am. Thank you. And one more thing I need to tell, because you have become the dean, no, ma'am. My hearty congratulations to you, ma'am. And first, today my topic is the art of writing research projects. This is related to the students, we can see that, and the faculties also. But my talk now, I have everything I converted it today talk, because the faculty, this is the FDP faculty development program. I thought that this talk is only for the faculty. And because before starting that, Sultana ma'am has given that brief introduction. It started, this is the 4th day of the faculty development program and innovative research techniques, and you have gone through that these 3 days, so many research publications and all projects and everything, all will be the innovative. Now you are going to see that how you are going to make that the writing when we want to get that the projects. So I hope that are you really interested to know the right of research, writing research projects. I hope that, because all are very eagerly waiting for how to get the projects, because apart from the publications and the next the educational institutions or individual persons are seeing that how to get the projects, because we are going to get that the funding, that means amount we are going to get, and whatever we know that the topic. So I hope that all the faculty are very interested, eagerly waiting for how to write the projects. First, I start with that. What is a research project? Because everyone will tell about that. So there also the research project is very easy to get. Some people, they will tell about that the research project is very difficult to get that. So many funding vacancies are there. We can't get that. So it's just for namesake only they are going to publish like that. So I'll tell you that in detail how to get the project, because everyone, we are seeing that all these comments from the outside people, but we don't know what we had to do that. If you know that what is the thing is behind that, how to get the research project, the trick or the smart work, we need to get that. Once we got that this thing, and we are so lucky to get that project. Once a small project we need to get, no, and after that we are going to get that from lakhs and all. It depends on our interest. Especially I can say that the interest, everything I need to tell about that one by one in my talk today. First, so as I said already, what research needs. So if anyone force, suppose Vijay Lakshmi ma'am will tell about that some other faculty, Kavita, you do like this, if she is not interested, how can she'll get that? So I request to all the faculty, first, whatever the research, it may be a project or it may be a publications of the journals, whatever it may be, first everyone has to follow these things. So this is my personal things I kept you over there, because I faced so many problems to publish my paper, to get the project and all everything. So other people, they don't want to get that these things, so I kept like this. So I start with that research needs means compulsory, we need the interest, the first thing, and no stress and anxiety also. Because if you are making the stress, because everyone will, we are the human beings, all the people are listening that the outside what they are talking about that. So no stress and anxiety also will be needed. And always we need to motivate, because I'll get that we need to make that one timetable and all, based on that 1 year I had to do like this, 2 years I had to do this. So like that a 5 years plan we need to make that. So based on that we need to motivate ourselves and get the project. And after that, academic support also we need that, because academic support means if suppose we are trying always to get the projects, and other way our HOD, our principal ma'am is giving more work, we can't do that, right? So academic support also will be needed. I hope that the Loyola Academy will give that more support. So you are the faculty and you can apply that. And the financial support also, obviously financial support, the management, all the management will give you. And the subordinate support also, if anyone wants that we need the support, we need that other subordinate supports, family level support, health and age, friendship circle, and all those things will be needed for this. Sorry, 1 minute. And moving on to that, after that, ideas in a research, because we can't tell about that without idea, because they are telling that you need to publish a paper, you need to get the project. How you are going to get the project? By listening all the words, so they will give that 10 names. We can't get the projects in each and every name, right? So we have our own ideas. We need to come up with that our own ideas. We need to write and we need to search. Everything will be needed. So that's why before going to that research in detail, ideas should be needed in that research. So I made that list over there. Here you can see that first discovery and invention. So there is a difference between discovery and invention. Everyone knows that. I'm not going to tell about that, what is the meaning of all those things, because time is very less here. We need to search and we need to research. Research means researching and searching and searching. We need to get like that, right? And searching in the journals. Suppose I had taken that one topic and now COVID will be there. How to sustain, how to overcome the COVID in AP or in Telangana or something like that, right? So we need to search. We are not going to get that, because nowadays this is the hot topic and no one will publish in a Google way, in Google search engine, right? So we are not going to get that. But some publications we are getting now, because some people are doing mathematically they are doing, or technically they are doing. So we need to search like a journals, but books are not available because that topic is COVID. The books are not available, but some web pages are doing that, WHO and all, they are going to publish whatever they know about all those things. So we can go through that. And researching problems also. Identification of thrust areas. But don't worry, don't panic about by saying the what's the thrust areas. Ma'am is putting all these, because I need to go with that, the last middle of that, I'll tell about all those things. The project is not a one-day talk or a 2 hours talk. It takes that more. First, I'll give that the more about that what we need to know all. After that, one by one, I'll make and clear about that. Expertise in the field. Suppose I'm a mathematics faculty. I am very interested in fluid mechanics or educational dynamics, these things. And my colleagues came and we can collaborate with that, the chemical engineering or something like that. I'm not aware of the chemical engineering. How can I go with that? Suppose the model will be there related to mathematics. Yeah, I can go that. Now the hot topic will be the multidisciplinary multidisciplinary areas. If the topic will be math, people can accommodate in any areas like EEE or EC or whatever it may be. But the chemistry people, they can't come over there in EEE or CSE, something like that. So you need to expertise in whatever you have chosen that topic. Available facilities also will be very required for doing the project. Mission of his or her organization, because the organization will not cooperate that, because every now educational institutions all will put that these research funding projects. So don't worry about that, this thing. And innovative thinking. Suppose already that data has already published, already they, some people they got these projects, but we have taken that the same project, and without making that innovative thinking, the same thing we can put over there, we are not going to get that. Immediately they will reject. So these things will be very much required when you want to go for the research. It may be a published paper or it may be a getting the projects. So I hope that you understood that what I said these things. And the next question, everyone will think about that educational institutions. So why educational institutions, especially, I'm not saying that 100%, why educational institutions are going with that the research funding projects. So I'll come up with that these ideas again. A part of a teaching and create learning resources, creating, carrying out research works or projects, because I'm very much interested in fluid mechanics and educational dynamics. I can go with that because I need, if the one simple example I'll tell about that. Royal Enfield, I think everyone knows about that. 20 years back, the Royal Enfield, the bike was the structure and all, you know, and now the looking the crazy, the guys are very taking about that the Royal Enfield, the same bike. You can see that the outlook of the Royal Enfield, the bike, right? And you can see that the even car also, the Maruti car will be the very crazy about the 20, 30 years back. Now you can see that the if we can go with that, some crores also, we are not going to get that, because from Maruti to now we are there in this field, means still the research is going on. It depends on the research. The research is not done over there. We are still stuck with that their Maruti Suzuki only, or the Royal Enfield, the world outlook only, right? So what I need to tell about that, research will be very much required in all the sectors for our domestic life or whatever the life will be. So carrying out research works or projects will be very much required in all the educational institutions, because these people are getting over there in the society. Competition in a job, everyone knows about that. Need not bother about the results of the students, because we always look about that, we'll compare, hey Kavita madam, you got 93%, and some other will say, sir, you got 75%. So these comparisons should not maintain about that. We need to develop our CV in a proper way. And conducting extension programs like a camp and seminars, workshops, these will be carrying out consultancy service based on research output will be required. And I'm going to tell about that educational institutions, because this is not our criteria, but I need to tell about that why the educational institutions are doing means they need to segregate. They need to recognize that these BVRIT Hyderabad, these are the best institution. These are Loyola Academic is the best institution. So we need to recognize ourselves, right? So that's why the educational institutions are very much concentrating that these publishing that very high impact factor journals, and getting the projects like some starting with 10,000 amount, and they're going with that the higher amount also. So like that will be there. And after that, research funding, why it is necessary? Is it funding is necessary to all the individuals or the institutions? So that's main thing. Everyone will get that. Is it necessary? So I'll come up with that. These grant applications form part of a planned research. Planned research and projects and all will be there. And the second might complement the existing research project can be stepping into for the next also. That's what I said. No, already someone will be already they have done, and we can take that the same thing, but innovative ideas we need to go with that. We can get that the other funding also. An integral part of a research professional responsibility. Apart from research professional growth strategies, we can build our credentials, especially we can build our CV and API score. We can track our record, whatever it may be. For a long range of professional development will be required to get these funding projects. Why this topic? The first slide, second slide itself, I said that because without interest we can't go that, right? Why this topic? Research budgets are shrinking nowadays. Researchers are forced to shrink external fluids, and writing a good research project is not so easy. And to get that, to gain the insight into the way decision making, the assess and evaluate research proposals will be required. Now, I'm not going to give that very much in depth of these projects. First, I need to tell about that what is the research project, because these are all the deadlines. No, then you can see that. Oh, after that, ma'am will give you that in depth about that, right? So, research project means you can see that there are several contents will be there. I have taken that very few contents. Only the 7 contents are very much required for to get the project. The first one will be background. Second one will be introduction. Selecting the project is very much required for to get that project, because it may be reject also. It may be project may be reject also. Sometimes we can't tell about that. So first and second will be very easy. This is the process is the same for all the projects, but selecting project is depends on the candidate or the teamwork, or that depends on the into institutions like that. And the fourth one will be source of materials. A source of materials will be because when you want to start with that project then material will be, you have to choose and how to go about it, because how to organize that whatever the material you have, how to do that project, everything will be required. And the next writing the proposal will be this plays the very crucial role, because the writing proposal will be taking that crucial role, because everything will be one side, these things will be in one side, but proposal will be the second side, because we need to concentrate very much in this when you are submitting that proposal, after that writing the report. So moving on to that first background, to meet the expenditure of conducting a research for 1 minute please. To meet the expenditure of conducting research for knowledge enhancement by means of implementing the concepts and a theory developed through the research. So what's the background? So we have knowledge. I have a knowledge in fluid mechanics or educational dynamics, whatever it may be. I have a knowledge by means of implementing the concept. Just I know everything. Just that the same concept I'm going to put into into the project. That's that very much required, because we have a sound knowledge in that, because already we completed the PhD and all, everything we completed. Based on the same knowledge, we need to go with that some more innovative ideas, and then we are developing the project, and thus that project will be very much required or demand the society, that you have to choose very required. Because we can't take that suppose I have a knowledge in some other area, that area will not applicable for the societal needs. So the persons who are going to sanction about the project, they're not going to sanction you, they reject you, because every time whenever we want to selecting the project, whenever we want to make that a background or introduction or selecting the project, you need to see that the societal is demanding your project or not, the society is getting the project, it will be helpful or not. So that you have to see that. So that's what I need to tell about that. Anyway, all the persons, all the PhD people are doing that based on that the topic only. Maximum 70% people are doing the projects based on the societal needs, and 30% they are not. I can't say that they are not doing. They are only for the namesake of only they are doing. So I hope that all the PhDs or doctorates can use that our research knowledge into that these are getting into the research project. So that's what. And the second one will be to increase APA scores. So everyone will be because educational institutions or individual persons, even myself or everyone will be very care about that APA score, because we need to go assistant to associate, associate to professor. So we need to get that APA score. So that's the second one background. And for promotion also, that's what I need to tell about, is nothing but the APA score or promotions or overall the development of the institutions, because NAC and NBA, all these educational accreditations also depending on that faculty publications and getting the projects. These are only we know that, no. So that's why we need to know about that. This is the background about that project. And moving on to the same thing, locating funding agents that sponsors projects, like one you have in a mind, we need to know, because I'm searching from 4 years onwards, especially getting the project. We are applying that because of the COVID, we are not going to get that the projects. Now everyone people are sanctioning that based on the COVID related the projects, especially the chemistry people will get that, and the civil people, they will get that projects. If you are applying now itself, and within a 6 months span, we are going to sanction that the projects. The mathematical people are now some scarcity will be there to get the projects now. So that's why we are not going to get that. Even though I need to tell about that, when we are making into that background, funding agencies and sponsors projects also, we have to keep it in our mind. Funding agents means you don't know about that what are the funding agencies, because some people they will they don't know about agencies means what, funding agents means what. So like that, so there are two funding agencies will be there. The first one will be government and the second one will be private. So everyone will look about that the government agencies like UGC funding agencies, AICTE, and SERB funding agencies, some international bodies, some funding agencies like that. And private also will be there. In the private, we can say that consultancies also takes place, and we can collaborate with that like hospitals or some other private sector bodies also will be there. So those things we can do that. And look at the guidelines of funding agency. See, we are applying that project to all the funding agencies like UGC, ACTA, SARB, whatever it may be. But we need to see UGC guidelines are different. We can't take that UGC guidelines into ACTA. So whenever you are applying the funding agency like a SARB, so we need to follow the first guidelines, what the requirement will be there, how you want to apply that the application, the submission of the form. It's a different one. Like publishing of our papers also elsewhere will be different, and SEI will be different. So like that, it depends on the funding agency. So we need to go with that, the guidelines especially. And the next second one, introduction. So what are the key components are there? So we need to describe the research problem very much will be required, because we can't, suppose the problem will be COVID, you would need to tell about that how it was happened, because 3 years or 4 years before only they recognized that the COVID in the Wuhan in that China, but no one will recognize about that what's the symptoms of the COVID will be there. And unfortunately it was leaked, and we are suffering, the whole world is suffering like that. So these history, especially the introduction means the description of the research problem, you need to describe and each and everything, and argument why the problem is important. So that's everything. Review of the literature, that's what I said, that because the review of literature demands about that the history and the description of the proposed methodology, because all are suffering and we are going to implement that mathematical model or some other model. So we need to propose the proposed methodology is very much important, because the methodology, it depends on how you are organizing that the problem, how you are 6 months, how much work you want to do that after 6 months, what the work you are doing. So like that, a 5 years plan we need to put in that proposed methodology. And after that, a description of how the findings will be used. So these are all the experimental. Suppose experimental will be there, we need to tell about that everything, because maximum the theory part will not going to sanction the projects, no, everywhere. we need to go with that the experimental work. And next, the third one, research grant proposal. So there are three ways are the research grant proposal: basic research, thirst area, and development or service area. So basic research is I'll tell about that. Basic research is not much grant available, difficult to carry out. Basic research means no one will give you, because a very small will be there, because nowadays everywhere everyone will put that writing a proposal by copying from other source to this source, because search engines are available, so many search engines, no, we are going to take that and we are putting into that and we are applying, and they are not going to sanction about that these things. So some basic areas they are not going to sanction nowadays, especially in this COVID thing. And trust areas are more, because that's what I need to tell about that. Much grant is available, especially I had taken that. See, focus on what societal research recently needs, or the societal needs, especially demands. So these things you need to concentrate on. Actually, trust areas means the actual meaning about that this only. Now the good funding will be there now, COVID-19, because still they are going to give you. And after that, cyber security is taking the second place now. Actually 1, 2, 3, but nowadays these things the government or the even consultancy also, they're not going to give you now. The first one, COVID-19 and cyber security are making that, because nowadays you are seeing that everywhere amount is transferred from one place to other place. That means the crime is going on very fastly, right? So these two are the main topics. If you apply and within 6 months, we are going to get that the projects by using, I can tell about that, because cybersecurity means by using some techniques like ML means machine learning, you are using some techniques. Artificial intelligence, you are using NL, neural network, you are using, or deep learning, you are using, because without a computer's knowledge, we can't do that everything. No, so some techniques we have to use. So like that. Next, coming to that development research, good grants are available. This is the third one in the grant sections. Good grants are development, because I said no, the Royal Enfield, that bike, and after that the first two, the Maruti 800 is the first, the Maruti car. And now you can see that so many names are available. I'm not telling about, because so many cars are there, Alto and dash, all those things. So how we are going to get about that means industrial collaborations. So because the one one object we are not going to satisfy, and we are not satisfying that. We need that more innovative. Still we need that more innovative. So like that the research is going on. So next, international collaboration. This is very much required. That's what just after the introduction, I said to congratulating that the Vijayalakshmi ma'am and all the Loyola Academy, because this is the international FDP. So we are collaborating means we know the people there, what's going on in the Malaysia or some other places, or Lusaka, or some whatever that, and we are inviting those people, and we are going to get that maybe. And the next step, not in FDP, we can collaborate that the research projects also. So that's the first step ma'am has taken. And ma'am, I hope that next another step we can go with that, the research projects, ma'am, because easily we can get that in Lusaka, South Africa projects, ma'am, Lusaka, and even in Malaysia or some other countries, ma'am. Yeah, that's the thing. And the next, coming into that, development of biomedical tools and IoT enabled agriculture. That's what I said. Just I mentioned over there ALMI, and now IoT also taking the place. That is also one of the greatest tool to get that whatever the societal needs will be there. So these things are the development under comes to that development research. Grant proposal. Yeah, you know that all the three will be, we know about that, what we had to do that. Now, how to see that the grant proposal. So first we had to know about that project summary, project summary, and the need and importance of the project also will be required. Need and what is the importance, because the COVID will be there. Project summary you are going to tell about that, like abstract. Need and the importance of the project means why you are doing this COVID, why I want to give you the 13 crores or 13 lakhs or 50 lakhs, why I want to give you as a government authority, I'm asking. So you need to tell about that project, no? So description of the project will be, you have to describe. So these things will be very much required for the societal needs. The society is facing so many problems. So we need to avoid those things. So we need to develop our country in a smart way. So like that, we need to tell about the description of the project and project methodology. Okay, I'm going to sanction you because the description of the project is very good. You have written that very good, and you have that. And how many years you are going to complete? Because some people, they will take 10 years, 15 years. So it's not so easy, you know, because you need to tell about that in because very big amount they are going to sanction, and the process also you need to complete within the span of time. No, you can't extend that. So the project methodology will tell us about that how many years you are going to complete that your project. So that and okay, you are making that the project methodology in a 5 years you are going to complete that. What is the project? Because you may, because I have given that 15 lakhs, I think so. Suppose we are taking that 15 lakhs from that UGC funding, right? And you have to tell about that each and every 1 rupee you have to make a plan. First year, what you have to do that. Second year, what you have to do that. What you expended, because it depends on that. So many factors are there. Now I'm not going to tell about that. Whenever the project will come, now I'll explain you. So like that, 5 years, so you need to explain how you are going to transfer, I mean, how you are expending or expending that the amount, and other sections as per need of funding agency. It depends on that. We can't say that UCC guidelines will be different and ACT guidelines will be different and SERB guidelines will be different. So many funding agencies are there, no? So it depends on that. Moving on to that project summary, see, you can see that now you can see that this what's a grant proposal means these things. The summary or abstract, I said no, abstract. Project summary is nothing but abstract, short view of the project, which may include the purpose or goal of the project, why you are doing this project, why you have taken that COVID-19 only, why can't you go with that other project, right? Need for the project or societal impact. That's what I said, that societal impact is much more will be required for to sanction about that, to get the project. And the expected outcomes of the project. Expected outcome means after you are doing all those things, the is it expected outcomes, that means the need will be required, and you are eradicating that the whole of the India or the world will be eradicating that COVID-19. You are safe from the COVID. So like that, expectations means like this. Okay, how the outcomes will be achieved. How the outcomes will be achieved means you have a plan of action. No, first year we are going to give like this. Suppose the government or the WHO has given that instructions like all the people has to be vaccinated, and then next. It depends upon that, right? So these things will be required, and deliveries of the projects. Okay, next, need of the project. Okay, what's the need of the project? This must focus on justification for carrying out the project. That means gaps. We know very well the society wants something, we don't have a knowledge about that. That's what I said. No, I have a knowledge about that fluid mechanics and that educational dynamics, and my friend wants to do, we can collaborate multidisciplinary thing in chemistry. How can I put for that? Even if I know the knowledge of the chemistry, I can't go that, right? So some gaps will be there. If I want to do that, I need to know about all the things. Even I need to put that research model also like that. So research, knowledge and opportunities, and the project will fill these gaps especially. And the project description, you can't violate that even for these things, because you have to make that what is the aim. You can't write objective will be the first place and aim will be the second place. No. So you need to maintain that the hierarchy like this: aim, objective, justification, social impact, expected outcome, related work done, and nationality. project methodology, I said that our plan of action, the methods to be used for achieving the outcome, methods to measure the achievements of the project, achievable milestones, and schedule, especially the the sanction people, the higher authorities will see that the schedule are planned, and timeline for achieving the outcomes. Because I kept here the party chart will be more, because we can see that what are the plannings in the 5 years in a one pick. So that's the thing I kept here. And project budget, we need to follow that this depends on the body of the sanctioning. So UGC has that one format, AICT has some format like that, tabular format only, but the formats will be different. Some people, they will ask year-wise budgets and unit cost and quantity also they will ask. Especially you have to see that non-recurring projects and recurring grants will be there. So these you have to concentrate on non-recurring grants and these things. Like non-recurring grants, like suppose academy is conducting that international FDP, this under comes to that the non-recurring grant, but recurring grant will be different. Suppose recurring grant means not like academics. It's a totally different amount, also very high manner, some crores also we can get that. So like that, so the recurring grant is like that. Non-recurring grant will be one time they will give you, and we can conduct that FDP or something like that. So that's the thing. Yeah, that's what I said. No, non-recurring grants, equipment cost, out research, and conferences, workshops. So just I have given this example. These things, so land, building, like this. Yeah, recurring, that's what I said. The recurring grant will be more traveling cost, field work, publication, everything. But these things you have to manage in the project budget. Suppose UGC will ask you recurring grants, and some people they will ask non-recurring grants, so and the format will be different. You need to tell about that here. Everything will be depends on that. Suppose 15 crores, no, so 15 lakhs or 15 lakhs, you need to tell about that in a detailed manner. So budget is more important, because based on that they will sanction. Yeah, justification means we need to justify that by buying the equipment. Some manpower also required, because you can see that some educational institutions may put that manpower. So for completing this project, we required 2 people, 3 people, like that. You can take that, because the higher authority people, the people, the sanctioning people, they have given that 1 crore. You need to take that manpower also by giving that per month 30,000, because in my college the triple people are doing that very big project, and per month they have taken that one person, they are going to give you 30 or 40,000. So it depends on the project, right? And travel also, because we need to get that for completing that project, we need to travel, and we need to know about that how to complete all those things. No, all that travel also will be there, and all other heads also needs. And other informations nothing but name of the project investigator. So because you don't know about if some faculty may know about that. If you applied that, you know that PI, co-PI, shortcut names, PI, co-PI, so those things. That's why I kept here. PI means project investigator, the first person, and co-PI means co-investigator. The first person project investigator is the number 1, and number 2, suppose I'm applying for the institutional base, no, the third PI, we can take that principal ma'am also, because we kept that like this. Okay, must be submitted through university or institution head. That's main thing. Okay, and other informations, because you know that brief CV of the investigator is very much required, and you have to put that, especially SCI journals, like Elsevier journals, and Scopus. Now we are seeing that Scopus journals and all, because when I completed 2013, at that time Scopus is not the word. Of course it will be there at that time, Elsevier, SCI, so these reputed journals are there. Nowadays, whenever the Scopus it taken place in our life, some journals will be there, and next month those Scopus journals will be deleting in the website itself. So that's happening here, and so that's why I request you, whenever you want to put that journals, high reputed journals only you have to put in your CV. So that's the thing. Even co-investigators also, this should include evidence of your expertise area of the project. That's the thing I told you. Now importance of research articles and research supervisions also, previously completed outgoing projects also. And so under this one way will be easy to get the project. Other way will be, suppose I am ongoing one project, right? If the COVID is there, no, if I'm collaborating with that other people, I may not get that the project, because already ongoing project is there, no, so they may not sanction. They'll give that the project to other people. It depends on the that body, that means UGC or the authority people, it depends on. So we can't tell about that you may get the project or you may not get the project. That's a thing. If you put that previously completed, if you are not putting that the project, no, that's again one more headache, because when that our name will be there, if they have like a software, no, they will put that our name, what's the thing, what's the history of Dr. K. Kavita will be getting there, and they will find out. It's a better whatever we have that credits, no, you can put that. If they sanction, it's okay. If they're not sanctioned, we'll go for the next funding agency. And important earlier research funding, that's what. Now I need to show that one model proposal. After that I'll go with that in depth how to get that project. So this is the format for submission of a proposal for support. So you can see that project summary here, core proposal and budget, biodata. Just now I said no, PI. PI means PI and co-PI, project investigator. Undertaking from the investigators, say endorsement of the title head of the institution. This is very, very important, because if the education, if our college is not going to give you this letter, no, they may not sanction. And endorsement of the collaborators. Yeah, 1 minute. And terms and conditions. Moving on to that next project summary. You can see that this is you can see that this is the content only. I said that, right? I hope you understood that, because we discussed all the things now in the proposal format, the first items, and after that one by one, that means one by one, two, like this project summary. So project title is a catchy, because you need to grab the attention of all the authorities who are going to sanction your project. So everyone should put that a catchy thing, and project cost also. Here one little bit I'll tell you. Suppose Vijayalakshmi ma'am has applied that same project with 18 lakhs, it seems, right? So I know that ma'am has put in that 18 lakhs. So I'm applying that for DST, the same, I made some corrections and all. The same project with some other technique, I'm applying for DST. I kept that 17 lakhs. So even nowadays digitalized, no, everything will be digitalized, no. See, they can see that all those things, and who kept that very less amount, they are going to sanction. So that knowledge will be required, because what's happening there when the people are sanctioning about your project. Why the people are only Kavita has to, why the people are sanctioning your project only? Because that strongness you have to show in the project summary. That's what I need to tell about that. That strong means everyone will tell about that. No. Apart 20 projects they have seen, and the Kavita project is a very good compared to all. So that creativity, that strong effect you have to show in the project summary. So it depends on the individual. I can't say that these there is no tricks and alls also. So you can see that. And duration also very much important. Don't go for the so much long. Maximum 10 lakhs above you can go with that 5 years. Very small 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, so 5 lakhs, so very small amount will be there. No, you can complete 2 to 3 years only. Don't extend that 4 to 5 years. So that's my advisable. Co-PI, date of birth and all will be required. These are all our objectives. Objectives are very important. Objectives. What is the objective? Why you want to do that? This COVID. Why you can't to go with that other one? Right. And one more thing, everyone are concentrating 3 days before. I'm concentrating whenever I'm watching that these news channel, the dengue has taken that more positive things in Hyderabad, right? Why the people are not concentrating the dengue? Till now there is no medicine for curing the dengue, right? Yeah, we are suffering for the COVID also, but we can concentrate these things also. We can get through that the project in an easy manner. Methodology, that's what detailed manner you have to go, and the deliverables, these things. Moving on to that next list of equipments for project experimental things. So recurring, I said there are 2 types of budget. We can see that the thing one is a recurring items, so non-recurring items, right? And core proposal also project proposal. Core proposal is again different. The technical way we can see that. Now I'm not concentrating that the core proposal, right? Because it takes more time. Yeah, budgets. I said that no, this is the DST project. Actually 7 months back I applied with Tamil Nadu principal sir, because we are doing that AI based some project. So we applied, we are waiting for the approval. So we can see that non-recurring, recurring items, so manpower and all, and total first year, second year, third year. I said no, 3 years only you have to complete. Complete. Don't go with that 4 or 5 years. If you are getting lakhs, about 10 lakhs, you can go through that 5 years. Okay, so like that. Yeah, details of itemized budget. So equipments and all. If you are using equipment, then you can see, go through all those things. Yeah, manpower budget. That's what I said. No, we can take the faculty from outside also. Consumables, so and budget domestic and other cost, everything, and biodata especially. So you have to fill the everything they will ask about that. So there you can books published, everything, patents. So yeah, undertaking from the investigators. Endorsement, this is very important. Endorsement of the collaborating industry or agency. This is for consultancy. Yeah. So I hope that everyone get that idea about that what's the project proposal. Now just little bit we'll go through that in depth. Now you can see that yeah, I have it. So now you can see that writing project progress report. Why, ma'am, before that we know about all the things, writing a proposal and all. Why again the project progress report? What is happening here? Why you kept that this slide, writing a project progress report? I'll come up with that. You can see that progress report should include so far the project is completed, the activities carried out, the task you completed, milestones you have achieved, the difficult challenge you faced. That means you are you got the project, and you need to put that progress report. No, first year you did like this, second year you did like this, yeah, I spent like this. So every year you need to complete to give that the project report like this. So that's what milestones, how much milestones, how many difficulties you faced, funding spent till now, how much, how far project is completed. So that means the status of our project. See, getting the project is one milestone, and after that we need to achieve that. No, we need to complete the project. No, so that takes that lot of difficulties will be there. So that's why I kept here. So these things you need to carry it out. Okay, and therefore the progress report may contain summary of the progress made in the project, how much of the project is there, list of complaints against the plan submitted, and an explanation of the, if suppose we are human beings, no, we can't complete within the given span of time, right? Maybe delay will be there, no, so that delay also we need to explain those things. And here the project report, it takes place these contents, title page, table of the contents, third one, executive summary of the project, introduction, works completed, milestones, achievements. See, that project proposal is different. After getting the project, you need to maintain these things, because why I kept, no, you have to know about that, what is a research. Everyone are thinking about that, oh, getting a project is a big task. No, I'm not going to say that getting a research project is the only one step you crossed, and after that you have so many milestones, you have to achieve so many things, because the project completion is very important. Like getting a job is very easy, for sustain or to make that constancy, it's very difficult to make that job. No, so similarly here the project also the same thing, right? Next, project completion report should include work remind incomplete discussions, so conclusions, so recommendations, so technology transfer, product delivery, references. So I'm not going to concentrate all the things, because after getting the project, no, that's why I kept these things we had to concentrate. Now, I said this is the second part. Up to that first part, you know about that, what is the project proposal, how to get that project, and model also you have seen that. After getting the project, and what are the things you have to see that. Now you can see that this is the second part. We are there in the second part, research grants and some fundamentals. We need to discuss now. Grants are sums of money awarded to finance a particular activity not to be paid back. See, this you have to see. You are not going to pay. This is not a loan. So this is the financial particular activity. We are proposing one thing, and they sanction something, and we need to give that the outcome, and we are not going to pay again the amount back. So that's the thing. Understand the goals and objectives of the funding bodies before applying the program. So I request to all of you, because we faced so many problems, because when I applied a SARB for 3 years, I didn't get that project, because the SARB metrics, suppose in the SARB project, we are applying, the mass people are applying for metrics. So they have one strategy, but we don't know, because in this early starting stage we don't know how to apply these metrics, right? So just we kept that our own research mind project proposal, but they didn't sanction up to 3 years. After that we got to know about that they have a plans, and we need to cover those plans, and then only they are going to sanction. Because one of the main authorities, sir, I made a call to sir, and sir responded through my some other people, because these people, they won't give you even a phone numbers also. We need to go with that email ID, but the response will not get that, because they will maintain that secrecy like that. So we won't get all those things. So we should be very careful when you are applying those things, right? So what I tell about that, we need to study what is the goal of this SARB project, SARB authority people. What is the main objective of that? So based on that, we need to make the goal, we need to make the object of our current trend of that project, right? So like that. And the decisions are made on the applicant's ability to fit the proposals of the interest. That's what I am going to tell about that, right? Next, approaching a grant application. Each grant agency set has, every time I tell you and repeating, each grant agency has a own objectives, priorities for research, as well as the educational programs also. See, Loyola Academy is different, and the BVRT is a different. JN2 Hyderabad is a different, and IIT is different. But so these are all not a good educational institutions. No, yes, so all are having that. They have their own objectives. They have own set up their strategies. We need to follow those things, right? So like that, researchers have their own interest. Interest should be very much required for getting the projects, right? It's a matter of finding where they intersect. You need to find how to get that, how to intersect with the bodies, right? A slight modification in the proposal is what required. Equation what required, that also you can see that because a slight modification means I am not going to say that slight modification, you need to change lots and lots of that the thing of the whole proposal form, but I kept here a small modification, but I come up with that these things. No, we need to change a lot. Finally, I can say that research interest plus grant agency and proposal equals to application. So that's what, this is the 1 and this is the 2 and 3. So I repeat again, research is very much interested, very much required for getting the project. The first place, grant agency, we can't, suppose the grant agency somewhere, you are applying and somewhere, you can't get through. No, you need to intersect where you need to identify, my educational dynamics is going to give you who are the funding agencies are there. First you had to search in the search engine, like that educational institutions who are going to give that grants. First identify that one, and after that you had to study that each and every thing, and then you had to apply that the agency. Finally you had to apply the proposal. Then it completes the only the application part. After application, if your project is sanctioned, no, if your project they want to sanction, they will call you through mail or phone, whatever it may be. You need to put that all the things in your mind, and you need to project, you have to give that PPT presentation with the help of the some in front of the other people, and after that they can see that why they want to sanction grant you your research project. After that they will grant your research. So these are all the very big process, right? In the beginning, I'll tell you, in the beginning, mindset to believe that some wants to give you the money. Consider the long-term goals of your institution. Top-down approach or end top in the mind. Who are you? What is your strength? Create a comprehensive plan, not just a proposal of your wish. So I'm not going to tell all the things. So you have to change your mindset. You're not going to do that for the institution or something like that. You're doing for the yourself as well as the institution. That you have to maintain. And who are you? What is your strength? So you are a faculty, but you have to, whatever you have a sound knowledge in the whatever that one field you are sound knowledge, that sound knowledge you have to convert into publishing the papers and also converting that the getting the projects. So so these two are required for the any institution. So these two are the way required for the any institution. You have a knowledge in that. Just you are a mathematician. That same mathematics you can apply there to publish the paper. And the same publication paper will be you have to get into the projects. So if you are perfect with that teaching and perfect with the publishing papers, getting the projects, institution will never lose you. And suppose maybe you can go through that even government sectors also. That's a thing. So what you have to create. So these are all the my own things I kept here. Second step, do your homework. I'm doing because I'm not bothered about that. Array, I didn't get that any project and all. So I tried 3 times for this, sir, but I'm not going to get. Why? Any problem is there? Still, I'm doing that. Still, I'm applying that. But last time we didn't apply that because of some other work. But next year again, we are going to apply for that. Look for prospective funding agency or body. So this is the thing. Target the source that has interest in your research, and details of the grants, how to apply for the members of the committee, call for the dates, and these things you need to make a homework yourself, right? Approaching funding agencies, it's not so easy. Approaching funding agencies, you have to do that lots of work here. I kept here all the things. I'll send you that this PPT, you need to work it out. So background check, literature review, methodology, significant proposal, research needed outcomes, everything. See, I did like first, see, my CV I prepared 1 month it has taken. And after that, objectives of the study, I had taken with that 2 more people in my related to that the subject. It had taken that 15 to 20 days. What is the objective? Because we need to put that catchy name, no? That catchy name based on that objectives you have to do. Rationalized and background check, everything you have to make a plan. So literature review takes 1 or 2 months, it will take time. Methodology 15 to 20 days enough. Significance of the proposal, just 1 week enough. 1 week. Resource needed, just 1 day is enough. Outcomes are 2 days. So max, if you start and within 1 year you are going to get that project. First, start with a small project. Start with a 10,000 project. Start, and after that, slow story, you have to improve and go with that lakhs projects. This is my humble request to follow these things. And a few questions to ponder. That's what I said. No, I'm not going to tell about that because time is not there. Just you can see that what are the objectives on of the management and all. Yeah, that's what you can see that most answers can be found on the funding bodies on the website. Where it will be there, no, they will publish on the website only. Research guide also, annual reports also they will publish, and future plans also they will publish. You can go through that, please. Okay. Now, points to remember: funding bodies look for good researchers. Always they will see. That's what good researchers with a less amount. That's what I said. No, ma'am has kept that 18 lakhs, but I kept that 17 lakhs. They will compare because now data digitalized. No, they will sanction for 17 lakhs only. Suppose ma'am has given 5 years to complete the project. I have given that 3 years. So they will sanction. So good researchers as well as these things also we have to see that. Think of them potential investors in your ideas, because see, potential investors means, yeah, I have a good knowledge, I can do that. Even though the topic is a new, we need to develop, we need to motivate ourselves. Yeah, I have a knowledge about that, I can do. Even though this new one, I'll collaborate with the people, I can get the knowledge. So that smart work, that strong, you have to develop your mindset. That's thing. And be enthusiastic about your work. Yeah, everyone will be enthusiastic, right? And remember that you are not a begging. Yeah, you're not a begging. I'm not going to beg to anyone, right? You have ideas, you have, then they have a money. Nee daggara idea, I mean, I can say that you have ideas, they have a money. If they will satisfy, definitely we can collaborate with each other, right? So that's a thing you have to see. The same thing here. Selecting funding agencies. It's a very tough topic here. That's what maximum first concentrate that government sectors, because we are new to this getting the projects. No, it's better go with that government areas, and after that we can go with that consultancies, targeted banquets, community trust, prizes, awards, scholarships, private contracts. I kept here. This point is very important, right? And develop a knowledge of funding sources, find the information you need, propose of funding, everything will be there. Okay, But this point is where you can remember, because there are kinds of sectors, but I'm not going to put that all the things government and consultancy, that means private sectors. I will segregate it in the first beginning of the part A. Two sectors will be there, funding agencies. So one is the government, another one is the private sector. So private sectors we can go with that consultants and all, because it takes that again a topic will be divided, because it's a lengthy one. Starting to write a research proposal, identify your area, that means topic area, develop a list of potential funding agents, that's what I said, evaluate resources. We need to find the resources. One thing I need to tell about, when I'm applying that a PDF postdoctoral fellow, because my topic is fluid mechanics, but I applied a PDF for 70 universities in abroad, but only the University of Iceland has given that for me 18 people selected. Among that, from India, I am the person selected for a postdoctoral fellow, but unfortunately I have some personal issue. My daughter was died at that time, so I didn't went there. But what I need to tell about that, so that fluid mechanics labs are not available where I applied 70 universities. That's the main thing. You need to evaluate, you need to identify where the resources are available. So that's a main thing, because practically I faced that problem. Only 15 universities has that fluid mechanics labs established, and no other university, they're not going to take that the theory based projects, right? The theory based one, right? So we need to evaluate resources. After that, you can apply for that. Narrow your area of interest. That means in depth you have to go. That's what see, my talk also I divided in part A and part B. Part A, you have glance, just cinema. I showed like this thing. Now in part B, I'm going to tell about that in depth. What are the things you have to make? What we have to do, apply. But the second will be getting that ambiguity, because in depth I'm going, no, you may not aware of all the words also, right? So like that. Narrow your area of interest, write abstract or contract paper. And what organizational support is there? Internal internal HOD, dean and principal, external peer review and efforts will be there, right? So these things, first slide I kept, organizational support, academic support. So that's what here it came, I covered here. Be prepared to reshape the ideas based on conversations and literature reviews. Once your proposal was identified, they're going to give you the sanctioning the amount. You have to maintain the second one, right? And be prepared to write several drafts, work collaboratively wherever you possible. So this you can get through the. How to approach a proposal? To remember, the proposal will be ready by 1 or 2 experts, or other panel won't be an expert. Then they will tell about that. See, I'll tell you one small story. When I'm applying a JNTU Hyderabad the TechUp project, it's a small project, because at that time I don't have an idea about that how to write a proposal also. My principal told that, Kavita, you can apply, because you are working in a guest faculty in MTech, no, maybe you'll get the chance. I thought everyone will be very anxiety about getting the projects, no, at the age of early only. So I thought it's a 4 years back, I'm telling you. So I applied that. Then I came to know, see, whatever I explained, no, so these things, we need to know about all the things. The big people are there, their experts are there, experts are asking why you are doing, your topic is different, why you are making into this topic. So these things, I'm not aware of all those things, but I failed to explain. Maybe that is the reason I didn't get the project in TechUp. My friend has got that chemistry faculty, because that societal needs. She used the words there. This project is used for societal needs and all. So some more 2 or 3 sentences will add up all those things, no, smart work, and immediately they sanction for 3 lakhs small project. So you need to know about small things when your project is selected, and when you are giving that talk in front of the experts, you had to know all the things. So that I had to tell about that. And I'm taking more time, I think so, ma'am. How much time it will be there, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, actually, we are running out of time. We have another speaker waiting. It's okay, ma'am. Please continue. Your talk is really enriching. We didn't feel like looking at the time until you mentioned, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Because I need to tell about all the things.
I take it, ma'am. I take it. Ma'am,
Yes,
if you can make it short and conclude, please do it, ma'am, because we do have a speaker waiting.
Ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. 1 minute, ma'am. 1 minute. 5 minutes, ma'am. I'll complete it, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Yeah, checklist for application. What is your project about it? Why is it important? What will you do? What are the objectives are more, and what is the cost? You are mentioning that. That's what I said. No, ma'am, kept that 18 lakhs. I kept 17 lakhs. So 17 lakhs they're going to give you the best person or team to do all the things you have to check once you are submitting your application. Key considerations also, methodology takes place, budget, each and everything. I can't say that these things will be required, these things will be required, you need to pay more attention. I'm not going to say. Once you are applying that a research project, you should be very careful. Each from first to from the bottom, you should be very careful. And after getting the project also, you should be very careful with the authorities people and the organization. You have to maintain the rapport, and you have to maintain a project report, how to write and all. So those things will be required, and these are all the things. I'll send you this PPT to ma'am. Ma'am will send you. Okay. So 10 tips, I kept all those things. So these are all the research methodology and all data collection, how we want to do that, preparing a budget, purchasing higher fees and cost, because running out of already I ate some time. So managing the grant. These are all the list of funding agencies in India. I kept here. Ministries level funding also will be there. Arts teachers, because the social and all will be there. No, you can get through that. You also now COVID has given that more opportunities, schemes, fellowships, awards, all the things. International funding agencies also available. Funding requirements and fundamental requirements for getting that PhD is must. PhD is must. So these things I kept over there. Patents, especially patents, because I have a patent and I applied 2 more patents. I'm waiting for the 2 patents because one more thing, project is one other way. That same knowledge you can apply for getting into the patent with the help of technical people. With the help of technical people, that very much required. And these are all how to get financial assistance, research, hard work. This is the life cycle of granting proposal. Proposal writing is like a game, actually. You can see that academic, you can see that these slides and all, the last second half you can go through once after getting that my material. Academic writing and grant writing, I kept difference between how you want to segregate your knowledge, how you want to maintain, right? So like that. So I kept some more components also, because so many people are not knowing about that proposal and all. No, I kept all those things. Title project will be very catchy, like Rajnikant. Okay, and you can go through that good and reject also. Good you have to read, and reject also you have to keep it in your mind. Okay. So if you follow these things, and definitely I'm assured you can get through that. You will get it small project first. Yeah, goals also I mentioned over there. Yeah, budget. A summary also I kept the last one. Finally, outcomes. Know the difference, long-term result, effective, hard to make a result, output is very concrete result. Product will be required, right? Ultimately, we need to get that product only. Okay. Finally, I kept with the links of funding agencies. Before that, I kept only the by typing and all, because so many people are not knowing about all those things. Now you can click there and you can go through that directly, atomic energy regulator body and all. So that's why I kept that all the key resources final one, because anyone will be interested about that. You need not to wait. So this is the talk, ma'am. Because of running out of time, I may not express that in-depth part one. I hope that part one is enough. Part two will be who are interested to get the project. The second part, you can go through once, because anyway, I'll send you this PPT to ma'am. Ma'am will send you. And thanks for giving this opportunity to express in this international platform. I thank the management, especially Vijay Lakshmi ma'am. I'm collaborating with, and thank you for giving this opportunity. And this is the end of my talk, ma'am. Any queries?
Madam Kavita, madam, your talk is excellent. Thank you so much for enlightening us in writing projects and everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, it was very impressive session. But ma'am, regarding the patents, if I'm a management professor, how to get the patents in that area?
Yeah, ma'am. You need to collaborate with the technical faculty, ma'am. Here I mentioned here my email ID, ma'am. If you have you can tell about that which area we can collaborate like this. No, we can go through that, ma'am, because we have 10 people where I applied in the patents, ma'am, because mechanical and myself, ma'am, modeling and CSC, all the people, ma'am, because there are two types of patents will be there, ma'am. One is the digital, I mean the model, just we are putting like one model, and the project, I mean like objective based, ma'am. So two types of models will be there, and arts and all we can go for the model based only, ma'am. We can't come with that project based, ma'am. Project based means objective. And suppose this digital pen will be there, no? So these people, they will develop like a digital pen like this, ma'am. And we the people, we can make the draft, ma'am. So the digital pen will be like, we are going to insert these things. So that drafting of these things, we can go through that, ma'am. There are two types of model, I mean, patents will be there, ma'am. Depends on that, but we need to collaborate, ma'am. We need to collaborate with the technical people, otherwise we can't, ma'am, because I have a MTech, no, so that's why I'm doing fastly. That's the thing.
Hello.
Hello? Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Sir,
Hello.
Sir Venugopal sir, can you, sir, tell me, sir?
Good afternoon,
I'm hearing
madam.
you. Yeah.
I am working with a private engineering college, madam, in MBA department as a professor. But unfortunately, that is not autonomous institution, only a small institution.
Yes, sir.
When we applied one ACT project, it is abnormally getting delayed.
Yes, sir.
And moreover,
Yes, sir.
because it is not having a NAC or NBA status, so it seems very difficult to get that project from ACT.
Yes,
so
sir.
we are very interested to undertake many projects, but how can this problem will be solved?
Sir, sir, definitely that NAC and all, we need to get that 5 years. They have their own strategies, sir. Depends on the authority people. You can collaborate with some other faculties, sir. Like empowering, nowadays empowering the women will be the hot topic in MBA, no, sir. So based on that, you can collaborate with like a BVRIT, Narsapur, or BVRIT Hyderabad, or VN or VJIT, or some other JNTU, those people, sir. You definitely can get through that, sir. Because at the time, yes, sir. At the time, you are not a PI, sir. You are co-PI.
Okay.
You understood, sir? You are a co-PI. Yeah. Those people, because they are going to recognize, no, sir. Those people, they have a PI, sir. Definitely will get that, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Participants, any other queries, please put it in the chat box so that we will get it answered by ma'am. Ma'am, please check the chat box, ma'am. You have a lot of praises. That was a dynamic presentation, I should say.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah, I'll send you. Definitely, I'll send you that PPT.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, coming to an end of the enlightening and encouraging session, I would like to congratulate ma'am for her outstanding energy. And madam has briefed us as how one can write a research project, proceed to write, and move towards submission, approaching a grant application, and selecting a funding agency. Madam has mentioned a dominating equation that one should make sure research interest plus grant agency plus proposal equal to application. This was really dynamic, ma'am. Thank you for that, ma'am. And on behalf of management, Loyola Academy, I thank you. My heartfelt thanks to you for gracing the session. Thank you so much, ma'am. And sharing your knowledge was really great for all the participants. I hope I can see the participants have really enjoyed the session a lot. Looking forward for your cooperation in future, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Ma'am, we will move on to the next session. We have,
Yes,
yeah, we have the next session. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, moving on towards the next session of day 4. Dr. Bhavan Kandala, sir is here with us. I request Mrs. Ruparani ma'am to please read out the profile to introduce to us. Ruparani ma'am, please introduce Professor Bhavan Narayana Kandala sir to the participants. We have already started the screen share, ma'am. Please start. Ruparani ma'am, we are not able to hear you. You are not audible, ma'am. Participants, we are blessed to have Professor Bhavan Narayana Kandala sir here. We are actually personally associated to sir. And, personally, when I always met sir, it was praiseworthy energy that sir is having. Ruparani ma'am, there is some issue with the audio, ma'am. We are not able to hear you. Ruparani ma'am, may I do the regards? May I read the profile, ma'am? We are unable to hear you actually. Okay. There is some network issue, participants. For some reason, we are not able to hear Mrs. Ruparani. I would like to take the initiative to read the profile of Bhavan Narayana sir. Dr. Bhavan Narayana Kandala, Professor of Management and former in charge Principal, Honorary President, Ministry of Education, Institutions, Innovation Council at Hyderabad, PIM at Hyderabad. He is Honorary President, South India Academy for Global Business Advancements. He was conferred with PhD in Management Science and MBA from Jawaharlal Nehru Technical University, Hyderabad. Would you please go to the next slide? Yeah. Professor has also obtained his master's degree, MA, from Loyola College, Chennai, and received his undergraduate degree, BA, from Andhra Loyola College, Vijayawada. Sir is very familiar to us. He holds postgraduate diploma in marketing and sales management from Bhavan's Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Hyderabad. He has total 31 years of varied experience, which includes 13 years of corporate, served as manager in Siemens Telecom Limited and Ricoh India Limited, and 22 years of experience in academics, training, consultancy, and research, etc. He also delivered several guest lectures at various universities, JNTU Hyderabad, Engineering Staff College of India Hyderabad, IAM Rohtak and IAM Visakhapatnam 2019, Nalsar University 2013, Master Trainer for SPSS, Annamalai University, Tamil Nadu, Mewar University, Hyderabad 2016, and few other engineering colleges and professional bodies. To his credit, he published 30 research papers in international and national peer-reviewed journals and 4 book chapters published by Springer and McGraw Help Education. Presented several research papers at international and national forums. Professor's accomplishments in the year 2018, Indian Academic Research Association, Trichy honored him with Lifetime Achievement Award. He won Guinness World Record in largest barefoot walk as part of NSS activity, Palmeru. He chaired a session at IAM Visakhapatnam in the year 2019. Professor has given a guest of honor and distinguished speaker at various international conferences of AGBA organized at Dubai, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Kenya, and Thailand since 2014. Thank you, Professor, for being here with us. Please take over the session.
Thank you, madam, for a kind introduction. Just a second.
Thank you, sir.
Second. My PPT is visible, madam?
Sir,
Is it visible, PPT?
Sir, visible. PPT is visible, sir, but your voice is coming very low, sir.
Okay, madam.
Yeah.
Just I will increase the volume. Yeah. How about, am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, thank Professor. You are audible, sir.
Let me just just a second, madam. I'm coming. At the outset, I would like to thank organizers, especially Reverend Father L. Joji Reddy SJ, Principal, Degree and PG, Hyderabad, the Coordinator, IQAC, Mr. PVR Sai Prasad Sir, Dean of Sciences and Convener of 5-day International FDP, Dr. Vijayalakshmi Kandala, former H. Loyola Academy, and other deans, faculty members, research scholars, participants, and co-resource people and student coordinators for giving me this opportunity to be part of this unique program. So let me introduce the main theme is innovative research techniques. So research is theoretically it is a research. Whatever search by people, we are going to have again and again research. So some of them humorously told it is a 5 wives and 1 husband. So what are the W's? 5 W's: where, when, what.
Professor?
Yes, madam.
Professor, oh, I'm sorry to interrupt the talk, Professor.
Yeah, yeah.
We still have messages in the chat box saying that your voice is low. They are not able to hear. It is not audible.
Am I audible now, madam?
Yes, sir. This is perfect. This is perfect.
Because earlier I am having headphones.
Okay.
So
Now it is perfectly audible, sir. Please continue.
okay, madam. So the PPT is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then I'll.
So would you please put it on the full screen mode, sir?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, now?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Perfect, sir. Please continue.
So to talk about the research in holistic, in totality, what are the things are there in research? Theme is innovative research techniques. So I am taking the middle word, that is the research. So 360 degrees is going to have, I am by and large talking in management perspective, because my background is you have read out. So we have what is the motivation to do research, and what we have to identify research problem or problem statement, and there should be or aim or doing the research. So I am going to cover by and large 5 dimensions, 8 dimensions. For the types of research, how many types of researchers are there? So one is the quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative, as everyone aware, it is about number of respondents. And so qualitative, for example, if you want to measure a satisfaction of a respondent, so qualitative research is required. So we will go in detail. First, let us have the holistic approach about the research. And next one is descriptive and causal research. Descriptive research, most of the students like BBA students, MBA students, MPhil students, some of the PhD students also, they are finishing PhD descriptive research. What I mean to say is percentages, averages, ranges, such things. That is basically you are describing the problem and coming out with some results. And another thing what we have observed in India setting, people are doing research on the secondary data. So it is not empirical. And the other side is you have exploratory research and survey and experimental research, that is a field survey, experimental research, which are generally doing in the labs, case study and ethnography, and you have cross-sectional studies, cross-sectional longitudinal studies. What I mean to say is cross-sectional, we have different gender and we have different income groups, different status, etc. From the illiterate to the literates, you're doing a study. Longitudinal study is you are doing the same problem different time periods. For example, you take census, population census, every 10 years, government of India is collecting. So the data is differing from one decade to another. So this is a time frame. Next one is about the about the scientific method. So by and large done in inductive and deductive. This is also generally in economics. Inductive is which you are adding, deductive which you are subtracting. So for example, inductive method is Rama is all human beings are mortal. So then deductive is you are from general to particular, you are drawing observations or conclusions. You are deducting. All people are mortal. Rama is also mortal. So coming to this inductive method is linked to qualitative and deductive method is connected to the quantitative. Review of literature, generally in IIM and IITs, Department of Management Studies, they call it SLR, Systematic Literature Review. So you have a theory, and in the theory also, you have ad hoc theory, taxonomy. Taxonomy is a set of objectives, conceptual frameworks, and you have theoretical perspective. So theory, and then is it slide moving, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can see the changes on the same slide, sir.
Right. So
It's moving, sir.
Theory again, you have a conceptual based theory, and then you have different dimensions, different variables, and the concept leading to conceptual definitions. See, each and every theory and concept, you have different definitions by different authors, different time periods. So you have quantified operational definitions. If you take an example of any particular thing like marketing management, talking about consumer behavior or direct selling, so based on the concept, you have a different definitions are there. And then this operational definitions coming to proposition. From proposition, you can hypothesis. Hypothesis, SIS is a singular, SES is a plural. Many people, they get confused between singular and plural. If you have more than one hypothesis, people should write SES. This is a common mistake some of them they are making. So reality, what is the reality and what is the model? So if the research is a field study, model can be developed, the model can be validated, it will be empirical validated model. And then hypothesis, you have a statement, testable, one type 2 errors. We generally call in marketing, type 1 is go error and type 2 is a drop error. You have one tail oblique two tail tests are there. And then sampling, we are coming about population. Population is also known as universe. So here it is not public, it is the number of units you are studying. For example, I am studying a behavior of network marketing distributors, say for example Amway distributors. So I am taking the distributors of Amway only, not entire public and the population. So there is an error also element will be there. And then in the sampling, you have different types of sampling, probability sampling and non-probability sampling. In the problems, probability sampling, you have SRS, that is single random sampling, and SYS is systematic random sampling. SRAT is stratified sampling, have cluster sampling, and under the non-judicial, non-probability sampling, you have judgment sampling, snowball sampling. Many are aware about all this sampling. See, your topic is innovative techniques. So basic, whatever you are doing on a descriptive statistics, you are going to develop from that to advanced statistics. For example, snowball technique. Snowball technique is you don't have the proper information about the respondents. So you collect it from one distributor to other. For example, in Amway, you have a 3%, 6% up to diamond, double diamond, and all. I think most of you are with Amway, even you are not a distributor. So the double diamond people, if they'll give you the downline people details so that you can the questionnaire, get the information, and you can do a research results and all that. So how in the population you have sampling frame. So number of in this particular thing, like we have in the retailing organized and unorganized. Unorganized retail, we don't have proper data, and organized retailers like Metro Cash and Carry, you have the Vijata, Ratnadeep, etc. So you can collect the information from that particular list of business supermarkets are in that sampling frame. Sampling size also very, very important. How do you determine the sample out of the universe. That is very, very important. But most of the students, they are doing just on the base of the, like for example, 2% of the population, or 10% of the 5% of the population, or they may run 50 or 100, something like that. So actually, when if you are registered for PhD, this is not sufficient. Even pilot study also, people are doing more than 100. Pilot study is before completing your PhD, you are doing on a trial basis. So pre-testing of your questionnaire, that itself will be more than 100. But there are a scientific way of calculating the sampling size. Hog and Tanis is one formula, and Cochran sampling technique. Different techniques are available, so that if you know the universe, you can determine your sample size. And you should have more than the people respondents. It should not be less minimum sample requirement. Then only you having a scientific of calculating sampling size. And in this, there are formulas, just as I mentioned, and you have population mean, and then you have the models. So deductive theory, you can have probability models, and through inductive, you will have non-probability models. So here, when you're using IBM statistics, formerly known as SS, there are their nominal scales, ordinal scales, interval scales. You can this scaling to identify how to input your data with this softwares. See here, the earlier people used to manually, whether it is a analysis of empirical data, even to give a bibliography or references. So people used to do earlier. So these kind of softwares have come. So these are a very innovative techniques. So they are using, even a non-mathematical or non-statistical person, they can use this softwares menu, so that you will get the output. So on the base of the output, one can inference. They can publish research papers. They can also submit their thesis. So you have in the nominal, there are not metric means measurable, interval or metric, and then you have the collection of data. Collection of data is secondary and primary. See, whatever the data you are collecting for your purpose based on your objectives and hypotheses, so that is the primary data. That is also known as empirical analysis. And the secondary data, which you are gathering for your literature review, periodical journals, green papers, position papers, etc., you are getting on the same concept from the secondary data. So that is secondary data. Even if some people are doing on finance, so they are getting balance sheet, profit and loss account from the company websites or balance sheets. So this data, which is someone has already purpose. So you are using the data. So you have the primary data. You have a questionnaire. So questionnaire should reflect objectives, and there is a school of thought regarding hypothesis. So it is some others argue that there is no hard and fast rule. One should have a hypothesis. Without that, also we can complete a study. So in the primary data, questionnaire is used, observation is used, observation studies, focus group interviews. We're seeing the Nadu or TV9 discussions, and projective techniques like aptitude tests. They'll show you a picture, one has to respond and recall and give the information. So in the secondary, just a minute. I hope I am audible and you're able to understand.
Yes, sir.
The slides are moving. Yeah. So here in the secondary data, you have journals. Like, we have a top quality journal. The other day, one of the person is talking about ABDC, Scopus Index journals. So these journals are very authentic. Instead of many people, in the student level, they are going for the Google and all that, which may not be 100% correct. So journal articles or magazines, Harvard Business Review or Journal of Retailing, of Marketing Management. In your own field, a lot of journals are there worldwide, the very famous journals. So those articles can be collected with related to your study, and you can do a systematic literature review, as well as you can quote them in your paper or thesis. So there are government updates. For example, central government and state government, they are reliable. Bulletin, their newsletters are there. Monographs are a particular theme. Different authors are writing and publishing monographs. Websites, some websites are very good websites, not all. Sorry. Yes. See here, goodness of data has to be connected. There should be validity. Have content validity, criterion validity, construct validity. Different three types of are there. In the criterion validity, you have predictive and concurrent. See, in the predictive means you can predict what is going to be in future for a demand for a particular product. If you have a time series analysis, or if you have historical data, you can apply various formulas to get the future demand. One of the software is eViewers, is very good for the time. Sorry. Construct validity. In the construct validity, you have discriminant and convergent. And then you have a reliability. Reliability is a test and retest. You have parallel forms. You have inter item, and in that you have alpha and split off test. Different tests are there. Alpha here refers to Cronbach alpha. See, one of the important internal consistency which they are looking for in the research is Cronbach alpha. And in a social science, it should be more than 0.6. And there is another reliability test called KMO test, which should be more than 5. So these are the parameters for a very good research. And in the data analysis and statistical techniques, you have scale of measurements, objective of the study, and sample nature, sample number, and you have sample. Just we have discussed about sample size. And some people used to take some percentage of the 5%, like that, vaguely they are taking, which is not correct. And then in the scale of measurement, you have univariate, bivariate, and multivariate analysis, and data analysis findings of your study. And the findings, you can have implications, and you have conclusions, and then limitations. Limitations of the study is very important. If there is no limitation, the project cannot be. So these are the and it lead to the new further research. So this is the holistic approach to the research degree feedback. Is there any question, or I go to the next topic?
So the chat box says that the concepts are really clear and very much variant, sir. We have one question from Dr. Preeti Arora, sir.
Yes.
Which reads, how to test validity and reliability of a questionnaire?
Okay, very good, madam. Validity, reliability. So, as one of the resource person explained recently in the same program, one should have logical vision. No, you need to have the project, and then questionnaire, hypothesis, if any, and then analysis. Everything should be in line with that theme, and that is validity. How do you validate? Especially if it is the empirical data, you can have modeling. Like consumer behavior, we have Harvard Scotia model. There are like even he has given an example of the Jeet Malani and Parshuraman, the circle. It is tested worldwide earlier, and even leadership qualities we was talking about yesterday. $1 has to be paid for the questionnaire, and then you have reliability. How reliability is your data? See, if you are honest with your data, and there is no cooking of data, it is a real. So the minimum sample is required, and that has to be tested properly without inflating the data using unethical measures. My answer is okay, madam? Is it you need more explanation?
Madam Priti Arora, you can respond from the chat box, ma'am.
Oh.
Professor, we will note it down, Professor. You can please continue.
Okay. So I would like to talk about my experiments with research and how not to do a research. Is it okay for you?
Yes, Professor.
Is it you? Yes, I'm waiting for the responses.
Professor, we will change the settings, but participants can unmute themselves and they can get interactive, sir.
Okay. Shall I close this slide, madam?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Professor, we have another query here, Professor. Can you tell duration between test, retest, reliability method?
Madam, let me confess with you, I am not very good at statistics, because the analysis can be done by professionals also, and there is no hard and fast rule to the best of my knowledge. Because when you are doing a test, if you are not satisfied, you can do again and again. That iterations can be done. It just is a layman's point of view.
Professor, there is another query here.
Yes.
When the explorative study is applicable in social sciences?
Okay, very good. So whenever you want to find a solution for a problem, say for example, recent COVID issue is there, which medicine or which vaccine is good for the people to combat the COVID-19 or pandemic? I hope this satisfies your answer.
Yes, Professor. Professor, we have another question here. Software to test the content validity.
Yeah, madam, it is there available in IBM Statistics SPSS, formally it is called. So it is available in that, madam. So they can input the data, they can find out. Yeah, I forgot to. So your basic topic is about the innovative techniques. So what is the invention? Whatever you are doing, creating or discovering something new, maybe for self-satisfaction, for example, cartooning or painting. So you may not realize. So that is the invention or okay. Innovation is when you are having a theoretical concept, technical exploitation plus commercialization. It is known as innovation. So research, as everyone knows, it's finding out a new body of knowledge, taking it forward is a research. And then you have the techniques. I have used some of the advanced techniques. Whatever I'm using over and above the descriptive and other things are, for me, it is an innovative technique. For example, Henry Garrett ranking technique. Though it is a descriptive technique, it is something like a best way of calculating weighted averages. Similarly, you have an inferential statistics. You draw inference from the table. So inferential statistics, canonical correlation, structure model. In the structural equation model, you have mediating and moderating effects. So to calculate this kind of technique, you need to minimum 200 sample size.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you for that explanation.
And let me face one thing. I am not a teacher or a faculty from day one. I joined after 13 years of my industry. I joined academics. I am more of doing less of talking. Is there any question?
Further, no, Professor. We only see excellent presentation and thank you, etc. slides here.
Yeah, 2 minutes. Let me conclude.
Yes, Professor.
Research has to be done like a penance. One of my friends says, you are having research, it is like you are having a dead body. You have to either bury it or burn it very fast. Means, in other words, you have to complete the research immediately. So, lack of focus on topic or title, and sometimes research supervisor may be having mother-in-law syndrome, because supervisor would have harassed and same thing may be continuing, or university may be very less, so they are not having a pinch of completing, or there may be some personal problems, or there may be some lack of quality focus. These are the reasons why people are unable to complete the in time their research. Okay, do you have any queries?
Professor, can I ask one question?
May I know your good name?
My name is Nityananda Ghosh. I am a physics lecturer from Loyola Academy.
I know you very well. Tell me.
Chemical Technology Department.
I know you. I know Dr. Sushma also. Tell me.
Oh, great. Professor, I'm just asking one question. You have nicely explained about various topic, various information about doing research. I just, my question is, Professor.
Yes.
My question is, in order for requirement of a PhD degree for jobs and particularly in teaching area, many are obtaining PhD degree by spending a huge amount of money or using some outsourcing technique from lesser known institute or university.
Yes.
Now, there is one technique called as Six Sigma. That is a quality control methodology developed in 1986 by Motorola. Now, I just want to know, Professor, what are the major components of this Six Sigma that can be adapted in this kind of research what people are doing nowadays? They are in a hurry to do research and produce PhD for the requirement to determine the quality of research done, or to reject it if it is not satisfying the Six Sigma approach. Can you highlight some of the salient features that can be adapted in your opinion?
Okay. By and large, I am unable to hear you properly. Your voice is not that clear. Second thing is, you are talking about unethical practice of obtaining PhD.
Exactly.
Or you are talking about Six Sigma.
Exactly. Is there any quality control like Six Sigma in a research area? Because many are outsourcing their PhD degree.
Yeah.
They are getting data from somewhere and they are throwing money, 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs and obtaining their PhD degree. And they are thinking that they are big doctorates. So I just want to know, since you are such an experienced person, worked in industry and then worked in JNTU and all premier institutes, is there any way we can identify by some technique or is there actually UGC started initially of checking all the PhD, but
Yes.
somehow it stopped. Is there any technique like Six Sigma?
Yeah, it is.
Plagiarism check is there, no doubt. But sometimes plagiarism also, they write in active voice, passive voice, sentence they change, they write upside, downside, this side, that side, and somehow they escape plagiarism check. So is there any technique like Six Sigma wherein we can catch the quality of the person, whether it is an original work or some copied work, A plus B is equal to C work, Professor?
Yes.
Your experience. Kindly,
Thank you. Thank
kindly
you so
enlighten,
much.
Professor.
Yeah,
Thank
I'll
you
tell
very
you.
much. Thank you very much.
One thing, those people who have obtained their PhD by spending money, they are in, you must be seeing in the newspaper. And second thing is, see, this is the by and large, as you told, one is check of a software. Second thing is the moral duty of the supervisor or a guide. Okay, that first check is guide or supervisor. So if he comes to know any unethical practice done by the researcher, he can stop it.
No, nowadays, all match fixing is done at various stages. Sorry to say that.
You are talking about, I'm talking about general rule. You are talking about exceptions.
Yeah.
All fingers are not alike.
Correct.
Thank you, Professor, for answering the question.
Thank you very much.
We have a question here, Professor.
Yes,
it says, is there pilot study?
Is there? In which chapter?
Sorry, Professor.
Yeah.
The question is there any minimum sample size for conducting pilot study?
Pilot study also, it depends on, say, it depends on the unit of study. For example, if someone is doing a study on HIV patients, and first thing is they don't tell even they have a disease. Okay, so that can be a very small, can be done. And if it is a, say, usage of mobile phones, say, okay, so you should understand what is the population of the iPhones. You apply the universe in the formula, it will give you minimum size. And if you get maybe 15 minimum size, can be your pilot study. Again, it depends on topic to topic. We cannot, research is so specific. I hope I satisfied the answer to the question participant. Hello.
Yeah. Professor, coming to a concluding note, we thank Professor for the motivation on research problem. Professor has given a very clear and overall eye view covering the 360 degrees of research methodology. Sir has used a very new concept of presenting that was very, very impressive. Thank you, Professor. Definitely our participants, including me, would be treasuring the concept and information from this session.
Thank you.
Thank you for the energetic presentation, Professor. Thank you very much. And we personally associate with you as we know you, the husband of Vijay Lakshmi ma'am. Seeing you, it really gives a lot of energy there in the department. So thank you, sir. Thank you for accepting our invitation and gracing the session.
Madam, can I make one announcement?
Yes, excellent interactive session, sir.
With the permission of Father Principal, recently I was selected as a committee member for a Hyderabad chapter of that is Indian Subcontinental Decision Science Institute 2021, and IIM Nagpur is conducting international on 27, 28, 29 of December. So I am screening the abstracts. Those people who are interested in one-page abstract, they can send to us before 11:45 a.m. on 31st 2021. That is tomorrow. One-page abstract. So if those who are interested, they can send me to my email ID, kandala@gmail.com. I am screening along with the director of Symbiosis Institute of Management. We will forward it to IIM Nagpur. I hope this will help the scholars.
Yes, Professor. Participants who are really interested will definitely move towards it, sir.
Yes.
And we will take information more from Madam, like if necessary, we'll reach you, Professor. Thank you so
Fine.
much. Thank you, sir, for raising the
Not
session
only
again.
Loyola and all participants, you can share.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll surely make.
Thanks once again to Reverend Father Joji Reddy, SJ sir, Principal sir, and all members of the team.
Excellent presentation, sir.
Thank you, sir. Participants, we have put the feedback link in the chat box. Please fill up the feedback link and only leave the session.
Thank you.
Thank
I'm
you.
leaving.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. You can leave, sir. Thank you. A special thanks to Vijayalakshmi ma'am for providing this session to us, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. You are most welcome.
Participants, please fill up the feedback form and only then take a leave from the session. We will be online for another 5 to 10 minutes. Tomorrow's session will again start from 1:45. So please join before time. Vijayalakshmi ma'am? Ma'am, your screen is still on share, ma'am. We can see the feedback form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 minute. Now okay?
Yes, ma'am. Now okay. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, tomorrow we will start the session at 1:45, ma'am. We will be having valedictory tomorrow. So tomorrow will be last day of the 5-day international workshop. So
okay,
we will start a little earlier.
All the participants tomorrow join sharp by 1:45. Thank you, Shakira.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, I would like to take leave from the session, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes.